Hey everybody, welcome to DadsDen of Pop Culture. It's Justice League Monday. We're doing Justice League America number 34 from January of 1990. We have hit the 90s. Although technically 90 would actually be the last year that, oh no, we're not going to do that. We've hit the 90s. Justice League Europe number 10. They're going to have, well, we're going to introduce a new character in Justice League Europe, a very cool character, in fact. And Justice League America is following up on last issue with Cooey and the giant resort that Booster and Blue Beetle are building there with the help of Kilowog. And I mentioned, I think, a couple issues ago, Adam Hughes is drawing this book now. If you couldn't tell by any chance, say what you will, but She-Hulk became a much more popular character when John Byrne was drawing her, because he drew her very sexy. Fire and Ice definitely got uplifted to the point that they, have their own book and stuff nowadays. And that was partly because Adam Hughes drew them really sexy. And it turns out a lot of comic book readers respond to that. So let's jump into this one first. And we have the work of, actually, that's up here now, Giffen, DeMatteis, Hughes, and Art Nichols doing the inks. And I think maybe the next page we'll get the full credits. We begin with major disaster. His life is on the skids. Nothing's going right. Maybe it's his fault. No, it's not my fault. It's everybody else's fault. If I could just get some money, I will become master of the world. Hey, he has dreams. In the other room is Big Sir, 7 of hearts, 4 of clubs, Queen of diamonds, 8 of clubs. What is he doing? Well, he's counting cards, actually. And we're kind of doing a Rain Man thing here with these two. Major Disaster's trying to figure out how's he going to get some money. What does he see? An ad in a newspaper. Come to Club JLI, Cooey, etc. This is what has been created by Blue and Gold. This is their big money-making scheme. And here we have our credits. Bob Lappin, letters, Gene D'Angelo colors, Kevin Dooley doing the assistant editor thing, and Andy Helfer is the main editor. Okay. And so the ad is saying that this is totally sanctioned by the Justice League International. And then we see Maxwell Lord. I do not believe this. I do. This isn't funny, John. And I'm not joking, Max. And Batman's there as well. And they're both not really surprised that this happened. How did it get financed? Where did those two get the money to do this? And then he's like, oh no, they couldn't. He runs off. And what does he find? JLI funds. All accounts have been closed. Access number 2121B, 2121G-20, etc. Available capital, $0. So Max stalks off. Where are you going? You're the mind reader. Where do you think I'm going? To Club Justice League? To Club Justice League. Well, send my best to Herb and my condolences to Beetle and Booster's families. It will be my pleasure, Oberon. So Max is going to kill them. So here we get a little look at the island. They're talking to the chief about this stuff, and he's like, hey, look, I've been to Vegas, and this is tackier than Vegas, etc. Booster's really hot. Well, we're in the South Seas, dude. Of course, why don't you take the suit off? No, the chicks love it. Got to keep it on. We get to the airport here, and we see Major Disaster and Big Sir buying tickets to go to Cooey, go to the special Club JLI lounge. And what do they realize when they get there? Oh, there's no plane. You're going by teleportation too. All right. By the way, just really strong art. One of the things that marks, I think, a great comic book artist is when you have just incidental characters, who look that good. I mean, that just because, well, she's a pro, it doesn't matter that she's never going to show up in the comics again. Well, they arrive. They're greeted, the whole sort of, Hawaiian thing, even though it's obviously not Hawaii. And there's Blue Beetle to greet them along with Kilowog. And at first, Major Disaster's like, oh my God, they know. And Big Sir's like, Why would they know? Don't we look like the other tourists? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we're fine. So Booster takes them off to the hotel, and what do we hear from Kilowog? That Beetle's a real glad-handing poozer. If I wasn't in for a percentage, I'd be throwing up right about now. So we get them checking in. We get Beetle hitting on a girl who's like, yeah, you're not the real Beetle. Superheroes are taller, and they're not this obnoxious. And he's like, well, you haven't met many superheroes, have you? So they're checking him in, and he just keeps saying, where's the casino? Well, where's the casino? Bellboy is dressed up as Guy Gardner. And just, where's the damn casino? Because he is here to make millions of dollars. Well, the chief and Herb are hanging out in the jacuzzi when a messenger comes and says, there's a sea god here to see you. Wait, a sea god? What are you talking about? Well, it is Aquaman. And, of course, these two are speaking in their native language around him when they don't want him to know what they're saying. And he says, by the way, I understand your language fluently. Oh, in that case, Blue Beetle and Booster Gold are in charge here. I'm just your basic dumb native. And his nephew says, as I've always suspected, I haven't got time for games. This is very serious. I must see Beetle and Booster immediately. Chief, you want to see him so bad? Take him there. I've got to get back to my jacuzzi. All right, what does he want with him? Well, I mean, probably wants to kill him because just like Hawkman, he was in the original League and he's not real impressed with the latest incarnation. So at this point, Major Disaster and Big Sur get into the casino and start playing, and we get kind of a montage. We see that Big Sur is winning some chips, win, and then holy cow, has he won a lot of chips. And they've what? Let's get a close up on Booster's face there. They've broken the bank, sir. So basically, Booster and Beetle have lost everything. You see Booster back there. Only to us. We're busted. We had to clean out the slots and soda machines to pay him off. So this is not a great thing. And, well, at least it can't get any worse. Oh, yeah, it can. And that's why, Aquaman is there to see them. So what is this all about? Well, in short, it turns out that Kui, the island, is alive. And they, because of them building this resort, have woken the island up. And everything starts to fall apart around their ears. And when that happens, what also happens? All the money Major Disaster has won blows away out to sea. It's not fair. It's just not fair. Aquaman is going, oh man, this happened a lot faster than I thought it was going to. And he tells him, first of all, the island's a she. And he says she has woken up and she is now on the move. And it turns out that the chief kind of knew about this. Well, that might even be in the next issue because I obviously have read ahead a little bit. But so what's going to happen with this island moving around? Oh, here we go. There was a little bit more. So Booster's got everybody under his force field to keep them alive. And they got some food, etc. And, basically, Aquaman's telling him, well, it's kind of like it's just keep calm. At some point, it'll stop. Maybe. And Beetle says, well, that's easy for you to say. You could just jump in the water and swim away. Maybe, if the island would let me. You mean it might be able to stop you? This island is capable of many things. And I've got a feeling we're going to find out firsthand very soon, by the way. That's rather nice. So you also notice that Aquaman is not in his cosplaying Conan phase. And this is, 3, 2, 1. And here we see Herb and the chief talking about this, and the chief knew. He's like, oh, yeah. All the chiefs, so we're kind of mentally connected to the island. We chat all the time. He's like, well, you just let the JLI walk blindly into this? Into what? Kui's just flowing, that's all. She's out seeing the sights, just like she did back in 22. Man, that was a trip. You knew? Hey, it's sacred knowledge. You don't just go telling everybody, especially not guys from off island. Besides, even if I had told them, they would have just put it down at native superstition. You knew. I just hope this time Kui lands us in a more temperate climate. What do we see? There's the money floating in the water as the island moves away. Okay, so mostly comedy in this one, but we are establishing very firmly the characters of Blue and Gold. You notice that Fire actually wasn't, even on the island, but she's a model, so they decided she'd be good for the cover. But there we go. I'll also notice that, see, like in one of those, like a G-string? Oh, dude, Booster, come on, man. Come on, man. That ain't cool. Well, Justice League Europe, number 10. Now, last issue, we had the surgery with Power Girl. Her power level is a lot lower now. So what are we getting in this one? Well, we're getting a story by Giffen and DeMatteis, and we're getting art by Sears and Marcos. Not Sears and Roebuck. So this one starts at a museum, a big charity thing going on. We have Bruce Wayne and this lovely millionairess here, Vivian Derami, or Deramis. Would it be Deramis? Or Darami? Or I just don't know really how to pronounce French. Sometimes I can pronounce a few. Chevrolet, I'm good with that. But anyway, we'll call her Vivian. So they're both there hosting this charity event, and then all of a sudden, boom. And what happens? There's this giant globe full of money, and it is now rolling, and it's going to be picked up by these bad guys. We get the half Batman, half Bruce Wayne. Actually, we almost get like a spider sense going there as well. I think they were kind of going for a little Spider-Man reference there, but he's kind of like, I can't change here in front of everybody. What am I going to do? And he notices that Vivian has disappeared. So they hook this ball up to a helicopter and start flying away, these bad guys. Who is that? This is a very big jump. But can I do it? Yes. Who is this? Well, this is Le Reynard Rouge, or the Red Fox. Not to be confused with the guy in Sanford and Son. They talked about her a couple issues ago as a potential new member of the Justice League Europe. And so they're trying to get rid of her. They're shooting. And what happens is ultimately, and here we see Bruce Wayne contacting the League that something is up. What happens is they accidentally destroy the giant globe holding the money. But while all that's going on, we're getting a little bit between Captain Atom and Power Girl. They're trying to test just how much power she still has, and it's not going particularly well for her. And we get this moment where she's leaping at Captain Atom, and he blasts her right up into the ceiling. Of course, this means war. Oh God, please don't let me laugh. So they're going to be interrupted, though, by this news story that this stuff is going on. They have to get out there and react to it. And this is the point where they get out and they see money falling from the sky. One of these guys used some kind of a weapon that was a little too powerful, and he destroyed the globe. So they've just lost all the money. She takes out the helicopter. The helicopter heads right for the embassy. My room. Yeah, it heads right for Captain Atom's room, crashes into it. He's going to be freaking out. My new bed, my new chest of drawers, etc. Well, the villains are now in the Justice League embassy trying to get away. Red Fox is right after them. Elongated Man and Power Girl are heading upstairs to see what the heck just happened. And they now see that they're caught between them. And she's like, it's your choice, my pets, them or me. Of course, she's saying that in French. Huh? Sigh. They just give up. And she's like, well, I'm getting out of here. See you later. And she runs into Rocket Red, and this is where the rest of them find out that the helicopter crashed into Captain Atom's room. His room, my new dresser, my new rug, my new bed. Captain Atom just cannot catch a break. Nice scene here. Inspector Camus. I think it's Camus. But the Fantomas thing threw me, because I figured it was Fantoma, but they kept saying Fantomas in the French movie, the French people speaking the French. So now I'm thrown and I don't know what to do anymore. I thought you left the last consonant off of a French word. I'm just going to go with that. Camus. Okay. Nobody's corrected me yet. I probably have nobody in France watching me. And hopefully, if they ever do, they will not be horribly offended by my pronunciation of, frankly, their very beautiful language. I'm more pro-French than you might think. So, he's delighted. He thinks this is hilarious. And Batman's like, yeah, very amusing. Are we done here? Hey, wait, I need a formal statement. A big helicopter filled with criminals crashed into my associate's home. The criminals surrendered. You need more than that? You know where we live. So now we have this moment between Red Fox and Captain Atom. She's sort of trying to seduce him. Got maybe a little bit of a, seductive French, I don't know, Pepe Le Pew thing going on here. And, he's kind of getting ready to lower the boom on her. And Batman's like, Captain, might I speak to you? This isn't a very good time, Batman. I'm right in the middle of cowing this prisoner, and right now would be good, Captain. And this is where Batman's saying, dude, she's innocent, first of all. This is not her fault. She's not involved with the robbery. And we really probably want to offer her membership in Justice League Europe. He's like, damn, he's right. I hate it. I loathe it, but he's right. And she was already on the short list of candidates we were considering. We've just gotten some new information, so you may be off the hook. In fact, this is your lucky day because, and we slipped to the next day, I believe, I think maybe that's Animal Man and Power Girl out for a jog, and she refused membership in the league. It's like, oh man, I wish I could have seen that. And as they get back to the embassy, they see a moving van has pulled up. And what is it doing? It's delivering replacement furniture for Captain Atom. And there's a little note here. It says, on second thought, I accept your apology. Consider this my peace offering. I will stop by and see if it is in all ways satisfactory. What, make sure the bed is in all ways satisfactory. What is she? Oh my God. And oh no, I guess that's Power Girl and Animal Man. I thought it was the Movers, but what was that all about? Beats me, but I don't think I've ever seen metal blush before. All right, so what have we done here? We have introduced this new character, Le Reynard Rouge, the Red Fox, who is going to maybe join Justice League Europe. But next, what is going on with Metamorpho? We'll find out next week, Justice League Monday. So there we go. Justice League America is doing their, it's really a three-parter. This is the second part of their Cooey story. And these guys, they had a little more serious issue last month. This month, a little more comical, introducing a new character. I like both of them. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoy these videos, please give them a like, maybe subscribe, maybe share with a friend. That would be very cool. We do Justice League Monday every Monday this year, 2025. Next year, we'll see. We'll see what we do next year. Last year was Alpha Flight. You can still find those on the channel if you want to check them out. But until next time, God bless everybody. Please be kind to one another. Have a little bit of fun out there. Read some Justice League or whatever comic books you like. And I will see you hopefully again soon in Dad's Den of Pop Culture. Bye-bye.